weirdest bikes of all time. Since a very long time ago, mankind has been whizzing along the bicycle design highway in the search for speed, comfort and aesthetic appeal. So here's a look at some of the oddest, strangest bicycle designs ever to make the leap from drawing board to reality. Eddie Plankart's wooden hour record bike. In 2015, aged 57, Eddie Plankart, the former Paris-Roubaix, Tour of Flanders and green jersey winner in the Tour de France, rode this frankly bizarre wooden bike in a velodrome in Rochefort, France for just under 12 kilometres in an hour. Perhaps had the bike not weighed 30 kilograms and contained 216 wooden moving parts, he may have fared a little better. But he did describe the bike as being like a beautiful woman. Nerello para Gina. Miguel Indurain's Nerello Espada, or the Sword, did appear in our top 10 iconic bikes of all time a few years back. But what of its rather awkward cousin, the Nerello para Gina, perhaps inspired by the Flying V guitar? The monocoque design, lack of top tube and hefty weight didn't seem to stop Jan Ullrich and Andrea Carnelli winning on the road and track respectively. But those paint jobs. The Kirk Precision Magnesium. The rather fragile and even skeletal looking Kirk Precision Magnesium frames were deemed revolutionary in their day and certainly were ahead of their time, with the thinking being that the frames could be made lighter and stiffer than conventional steel tubing frames at the time. Now, despite the bike's very delicate appearance, these were actually used for 2 years by the Dutch TVM squad, and they were rode in the 1990 and 91 Tour de France's. But the manufacturer were plagued by problems and the bikes ceased to exist in 1995. And yes, I am old enough to have ridden against one. The Soft Ride. Part seesaw and part bicycle, the Soft Ride, whilst technically a triathlon bike, we couldn't help but include. This completely dispensed with the seat tube, replacing it instead with what was known as the Rocket Beam, which apparently was more comfortable and far more aerodynamic. Although odd looking and completely otherworldly in terms of design, the Soft Ride concept was embraced in the early 1990s by other bike manufacturers, including Ritchie, Trek, Giant and Look, although it was never UCI legal. Now, reports of riders being catapulted into the air whilst going down potholes has been unconfirmed. Francesco Moser's giant wheeled hour record bike. A full 30 years before Sir Bradley Wiggins set his mark in the hour record, Italian legend Francesco Moser attempted to beat his own record at the time, riding this beast of a bike, which was in effect a sort of reverse penny farthing, with a rear wheel that was 1 metre in diameter. The sciencey thinking behind this rather enormous and odd-looking back wheel was that the weight of it actually added momentum, but the flip side being that there was a danger you could bisect your bottom, health and safety clearly being not at the forefront of thinking in those days. How about heading up to our top 10 playlist by clicking just up here, and for our latest GCN show, click just down there. And to subscribe to GCN, remember it is absolutely free, and please tell your mates, click on me inside my glasses.